I mean, if you compare the Nordics with, for example, Southern Europe or Ireland or even West End or the City of London, I mean, we do not have perhaps Copenhagen, but we do not have the rental growth as are in these other places. And you can also see that upon the interest from international investors. Relatively, we see a much bigger interest from international investors looking at the Nordics than we did just a year ago. On the other hand, if you look upon the growth of interest on these other more opportunistic markets, it's certainly it's an extreme interest. So when I talk to my colleagues from Madrid or Barcelona or Lisbon, they have like 25 to 30 bids when they have the right assets for sale. For us, that is perhaps 7 to 10 bids. So I think relatively the interest is much bigger in the Nordics now, but on the other hand, the growth has grown much more in other markets. So if you, for example, look upon Sweden, I mean, the rental growth, which you can see, for example, in London, it's simply not there. But on the other hand, I think you should perhaps compare Sweden more compare it more with Germany. Very stable and still growing. And you also know that it's a very, very international market. You can get a lot of market information. So, I mean, really answering your question there, yes, of course, we can. I think we will see there is a yield play on the opportunistic portfolios that you can buy now. There definitely is. So I think you can buy now in mid-sized cities with 50 to 100,000 inhabitants on 7.5% to 8% today. And I mean, as the financing is easy to get and the investors come more and more, definitely there is a yield play there. So of course it affects pricing. I don't think in the short run that it will affect the CBD pricing that much, because the internationals aren't really, if you look upon office at least, they're not really there compared to the institutions. But otherwise, yes, definitely. And of course, I mean, the Starwood deal again, but there were other deals as well. And I mean, when they come in, buy big portfolios or retail, of course it affects the pricing. It does. But we haven't seen it all. It's coming now.